Hi there. In this video, I'm going to teach you 5 common vaginal ailments that women suffer from so that you are able to take timely medical treatment and also learn preventative measures. So, number 1 is what we call the yeast infection, also known as candidiasis. Now, this one is caused by an overgrowth in the fungus known as candida. Once it overgrows, then that is what leads to the infection. And what causes an overgrowth? Number 1 could be your diet. If you are taking in excess sugar promotes an overgrowth of the fungus. Okay, and then number 2 also is if you are taking antibiotics, so that can also lead to an overgrowth in the fungus. Now, what are some of the symptoms that you can detect early on to know that you have this infection? So number 1 is that you will experience redness in your vaginal area. You will also have, you will feel irritated on the vaginal area. And then the most common one that should tell you that this is it is that you're going to have a thick white discharge. Thick like cheese or cottage. It's curdy. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is what we call the BV, or the bacterial vaginosis. Now, this one, it usually happens if the good bacteria called lactobacillus reduces in your vaginal area. So what happens if lactobacillus reduces? Then it gives way to harmful bacteria, and that is when you develop the BV. Now, what are some of the risk factors, or what causes BV? Is number 1, if you are douching. Douching means you're washing and going on the inside. Number 2, if you're having unprotected sex. So these are the most common causes of BV. And how you can spot it, or the symptoms, is that you're going to experience a fishy kind of smell down there, and then you can have a gray kind of discharge or white, and then you will also experience mild irritation. Now, the third ailment is vaginal dryness. We do not talk about this, but it is also a common ailment. And causes of vaginal ailments. Okay, first of all, vaginal ailments is when your natural lubrication is not happening. So you experience that kind of dryness. And what causes this is that, first of all, menopause could lead to this. Second, if you're a breastfeeding mom, you can experience this. If you are under stress, then there is a possibility to experience vaginal dryness, or if you are under certain medication. Now, what are some of the symptoms to spot vaginal dryness? Of course, the first thing is that there is no natural oh my god, I don't know what's happening today. There is no natural lubrication from your vagina, and you will as a result of this, you will experience itching, you will experience pain during intercourse, and also irritation. Okay, yep. Number 4, this is the UTIs, or the urinary tract infections. Now, main cause of this is poor hygiene. Okay, poor hygiene. If you're not checking on your hygiene, then you're going to automatically get this, because what happens is that UTIs are caused by invasive bacteria, not so good bacteria. So they're coming from the outside and attacking you, and then you experience a UTI, and that can be as a result of what I've explained, that is poor hygiene. It can also be as a result of sexual activity that could also cause that. Now, what are some of the symptoms? Number 1, you could experience frequent urination, and the urine is usually it has a strong smell. It's also very cloudy. So that's one way to know that you are actually having a UTI. Now, some of the ways that you can actually spot a UTI is, number 1, if you are experiencing, you feel that you need to keep visiting the toilet. That should tell you that something is not right. Okay, UTI. And with the UTI, you will also experience a burning sensation. So This one is very easy to prevent. Just take a lot of water, because dehydration also causes a UTI. So, yeah. Ailment number 5 of the vagina is sexually transmitted infections, or the STIs. And the common ones that we know, we would have gonorrhea, we have herpes, we have HPV. So these ones, for the symptoms, they vary from one infection to the other, but they could include pain. You could have some sores around that area. You could also experience a lot of irritation and discomfort. Now, with all these ailments, it's very important for you to just visit a medical facility and get to understand what exactly are you suffering from, so that you're able to take the correct medical treatment. And then moving forward, you are able to be very cautious on how to have a sustainable, healthy vagina. Okay, and I have to repeat again that there is no shame in any of these ailments, because most of the women at some point in their lives usually experience this. So you are not alone. I really have to emphasize that point. And because I know there is a lot of taboo when it comes to talking matters, sex and sexual health and reproductive health, that is why I know it's so important to give out this information and this knowledge. So cheers, and I hope this is helpful to you or to anybody that you know. Ciao.